Conceptual Introduction to Linear Regression, Part 7, Caveats. Of course, correlation does not imply causation. Some research methods allow us to make inferences about what is causing what. Other research methods do not justify such inferences. There is nothing that you can do with statistics to get around that. Regression models don't say anything about causality on their own. Unless the data comes from an experiment with a procedure that enables you to say something about causality, you shouldn't interpret your statistics as saying something about causality. Also, fitting a linear regression model tells you nothing about whether your data are actually linear. Such models work best when you already know that there is nothing too intensely nonlinear going on in your data. This is Anscombe's quartet, a famous demonstration of what regression doesn't tell you. In the upper left, there's a scatter plot that looks tailor-made for linear regression. The points are nicely scattered around a straight line, and the regression slope is 0.5, precisely 0.5. But it turns out that all of the other scatter plots shown on the screen also have a regression slope of exactly 0.5. In fact, all four of these datasets have exactly the same mean of x, standard deviation of x, mean of y, standard deviation of y, regression slope, and correlation coefficient. So regression helps you draw a straight line through your data. But just because you drew a straight line doesn't mean that a straight line is a good description of what's really going on. When you do regression, you are constraining the result based on the idea that you're fitting a straight line. You are not learning anything about whether that is a good or useful constraint in your situation. You have to check that separately. There are more caveats about doing linear regression. Regression models make certain assumptions about the structure of the data, and it's important to be aware of when your data depart too much from these assumptions. But we'll talk more about the details later.